fear God. You should fear God. What does that mean? And why is that important? I had to bring this to everybody's attention because, I see with a lot of these newer concepts coming in, or a lot of this whitewashing of information, the fear of God is something that's becoming lost, and it's causing people a lot of trouble. It's causing people to find themselves in a lot of compromising situations. And so I felt the need to speak on it. And what does it mean to fear God? You see, because when we use that, when we say that phrase, the immediate thing people do is they start to jump into the Bible, and that, well, I'm not a Christian. I don't follow that. You don't have to be a Christian. Where did the Christians get that concept from? That's what you should be asking yourself. Okay? Because you should fear God. You should. We know when they say, I'm a God-fearing man and things like that. Where did they get these talking points from to put in their book? This is what y'all got to start asking yourself. For now on, when you hear something that came out the Bible, start asking yourself, where did they get that from? Because it's a deeper meaning behind it. Before it came into the Bible, there were people that were believing that. The Bible was just written in words, but people were already doing these type of things. So to understand, let's first get into the meaning, the definition of fear. Y'all know I have to bring it like this. Okay. So the definition of fear. And here we go. So this is, I believe the Webster Merriam definition of fear. And so the definition, there's a few definitions of fear. So one is an unpleasant, often strong emotion caused by anticipation or awareness of danger, an instance of this emotion occurring, or a state marked by this emotion. This is something that we often can see in my G when I'm putting in that chaos. Yeah, it'd be a fear because they anticipating danger coming to them. If they know they did something wrong to the Brujo, they definitely do. And they should. Because why? This leads to respect. It leads to respecting people. You see? So when there's a fear, because there's a anticipation of danger can come to you, then you will respect that thing. See, you fear a tiger because you know the tiger can fuck you up really bad. And so you're not going to disrespect that tiger. And there should be an element of fear in this sense towards God as well. Because why? You don't want to anger God. You don't want to anger nature. You don't want to anger the forces that be. Whatever it is, how you view that, that's something that you don't want to anger. You understand? So when we're talking about fear in this definition, yes, that also applies. Because there should be an anticipation of danger if you disrespect God. Go disrespect one of the Orisha, see what happened. See, that's why you got to have a respect, a fear, because you have to want to come properly and respectfully. That's what a lot of these teachers are not going to tell you. And that's how people be getting fucked up out here. Don't believe me? I've been cleaning up since that Rashad Jamal video came out when I corrected him on those Orishas. I've been cleaning up clients left and right that was going through that information with Rashad Jamal and trying to apply that. And I've been having to clean up people's lives left and right just from that misinformation. Why? Because the fear of God was lacking. So don't come talking to me about none of that shit. Because why? I'm with that my G, not philosophy. Pa! Now, another thing with this fear, we see anxious and concerned. Okay? Being anxious or being concerned. Now, here is another definition that I want to skip right through. And that's number 4, a reason for alarm or danger. So that's another definition of fear. Now, this third one, this is the fear of God that I really want to focus on. Okay? This is the one I really want to focus on. Number 3. You know, 3 is a magic number. 3, the color, 3, the number of Eshu. Aha. Here we go. 3, profound reverence and awe, especially toward God. Profound reverence and awe, especially towards God. That's the one that you need to really focus on. Profound reverence and awe, especially towards God. Yo, when I be doing this work with these loa, I be in awe about the things that they can do for people. I'll be in awe and give reverence to them for that work. When I go to Eshu, I give in reverence to Eshu. For what? For his power, for his ability to remove obstacles, for his ability to defend me against enemies. I give reverence to Eshu. Aha. When I go before my Loa, I'm giving reverence to those Loa. Thank you for the things that you can do in my life. I'm in awe over your power. I'm in awe over the things that you can do. This is the fear of God. That's all it means, y'all. That is the fear of God. When you going before, see, that part is what go missing. Because why? Everything get put to be like it's just in your own mind. It's just in your own intent. It's just you. What about God? God has gone missing in all of this. And any person that's saying shaman this, shaman that, and you not believing in a God, shame on you, because that's not real shamanism. God, you have to start dissociating the word God from Bibles and Qurans and Torahs. That is an imitation. Indigenous people always believed in higher power, but they called it by name. So in Yoruba land, they will say Aludumare. Okay. In Benin, they would say Nana Baluku. In Congo, they would say Nzambi. In Voodoo, we would say Bonji. But we're talking about God, we're talking about a higher being. That's what we're talking about. And the thing that has gone missing in so much of this, what the reason that so many of you are confused or feeling lost or feeling like you don't know where to turn is because God is missing in all of this conversation. When a motherfucker come up to you just talking chakras and talking crystals, but they be leaving out God. They don't take the other part of it. Understand what I'm telling you. That's why I be telling you to be careful when y'all following this shit, man. Where is God in it? Where is God in it? That's where you got to start looking. Where is God in it? Because you're talking about aspects of God, creations of God, manifestations of God. So where is the bigger picture? That's where you have to start saying. Okay? Don't just put it on universe. Start to get specific. Start to get specific to what God looks like in the context of indigenous practices. That's why my mentorship is called the Temple of Indigenous Spiritualism. Okay? Because nowhere, when you see indigenous people, you see God. All of this atheistic, new agey spiritualism that's coming from white people. And black people just adopted the information and regurgitated to other black people. And then because those black people were leaving the church, they didn't have nowhere to go. They never heard this type of information. They follow it. Then they end up going down these crazy spirals and they just be in a state of being lost. And that's why you will find 50-year-old people that's following that shit, because when I say new age, I'm not talking about in the last 5 years. This type of information been coming out since like the 70s. Okay? So you can see even people that's elder, which are good elder. Professor James Small recently cleared up to say, there's a difference between an older and an elder. You see? So you get a lot of elders that when following these philosophies and theories since who knows, and they still be in the same position the fuck that they was when they ran into this goddamn information. That's my point. That's my point. Why? Because God is missing out of the whole equation. Period. People often say, oh, the voodoo people, y'all godless. No, we the ones that's connected to God on a level that most people cannot even understand. All the Ifa people, they don't believe in God. We the ones connected to God on a level that most people cannot even understand, and they're even afraid to go that deep. Let's start with that. You see? So that's what I need to tell y'all. There should be a healthy fear of God. There should be a healthy fear of God. You shouldn't feel comfortable to go to the river any which way talking to Oshun. You shouldn't be comfortable going to the graveyard talking any which way to Baron de Cementerio. You shouldn't feel comfortable just doing that. There should be a fear of God. Just like you shouldn't feel comfortable to just jump into the water with a great white shark when there's blood in that water, or just period. You shouldn't feel that way with God. That great white shark is a manifestation of God, and that great white shark will bite you to fucking half so quick you won't even be able to think. Your life won't. The motherfucker will bite you in half so fast your life won't even flash in front of you. So understand that this is real. But then on the other end, that shark may not do anything. This is people that swim with great white sharks. You see it all the time. Why? Because they took the time to have a reverence and an awe for that manifestation of God, that fear. They took their time to have a reverence and an awe. You know, they took that time to anticipate danger. And so in anticipating the danger, they knew how to prepare for it. And that's how they can go swim with a great white shark and nothing happened to them. But the exhilaration that comes with swimming with such a majestic creature. And that's how it is with God. You should not feel comfortable just go running through an Indian jungle knowing there's tigers afoot. You better hop your ass on that elephant like everybody else. The fuck? See? That's all I'm telling y'all. But see, these whitewashing spirituality, it got y'all heads fucked up thinking, oh, I could just go to God how I want because it's my ancestors. That's not what that is. Don't let nobody fool you. That's not what that is. Trust me. And I'm one who be bringing practitioners on my page, and just listen to our conversations that I have. Listen to the conversations that I have with other practitioners, and then you will understand the fear of God. And these are people that actually put in work. These are people that have clients. These are people that have bettered their life through the practice. These are people that are not in the same spot that they started when they run into these practices. These are people that actually be in the field with the Maji. Just listen to when I have conversations with them, how we talk. There's a reason that they all have the similar demeanor about when we talking about spirits. There's a reason for it. And it's not so lackadaisical, ha ha ha, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not like that. It's a reason for that. I'm just giving y'all, and see, y'all not gonna get no insight from no Brujo every day. So y'all motherfuckers better appreciate this shit when I be coming on here, because I don't have to share this information with nobody. I really don't. I could just keep this shit to my seed and let him have it. But I be spreading information, giving y'all insight into what it's really like in the life of a brujo and how the perspective really is from the eyes of a practitioner. I really be giving y'all that perspective. And anybody that's real practitioners, they understand what I'm saying. They not just gonna go to Shango how they feel like it. They not gonna do that. And it's a reason for that. It's a reason for that. Because they understand what they're going before. They understand what's going to manifest in front of them is God. That's what they know. Not some old mentalism shit. They know what's going to manifest before them in that graveyard. God. I've taken people to the crossroads. And they couldn't believe the things that they've seen. I remember a good friend of mine. She's one of them. And when it comes to hoodoo, I haven't seen a person like that get it in harder than her. I've seen her do amazing shit with hoodoo. I really did. And so she taught me a lot of things about hoodoo I didn't know. So she plugged me in many ways into the side of me that was Black American. So she plugged me deeper into the occult practices of my Black American side, you see, which I really appreciate because it took my game to another level when I connected that together. And basically, she taught me some things, and in appreciation, I brought her to the Crossroads to meet Legba, to begin her journey walking with Legba. And it's a crossroad in Atlanta that a lot of people don't know about. Atlanta has heavy Legba energy, heavy energy from Eshu, heavy energy from the crossroad in general. I did a video on that, which I think I'll put that in the description for y'all. I'll put that video in the description. The crossroads, the science of the crossroads, from the point of view of Atlanta being the crossroad. So, I brought her to the crossroad, and as we parked, and then we walk up this road. And so, as we're walking up this road, there is a she starts crying. So there is a FedEx. There's like a FedEx place near there, basically a postal place, which is absolutely the energy of Legba delivering messages, right? And so there's that place, and she begins to cry as we walk by. Now, the reason that she begins to cry, it's not because of the FedEx place. It's because Legba manifested at the crossroad, and she's seen it before me. And she was able to see that manifestation of Legba in classic form. In classic form. She was able to interact with that aspect. And after, she thanked me for doing that. And the reason that she thanked me is because she said, "You introduced me to God." Not that Legba is God, but Legba is an aspect of God, right? And that was a manifestation that was called and came. And it was for her to meet, because come to find out, Legba is one of the spirits that she was supposed to be working with. And so for Legba to meet her at the crossroad on a day where we're going to introduce her formally introducing the reverence and the awe, formally introducing, so that she can begin her journey with Legba. That's what made her cry. And this is a person that does not cry. She's not emotional. She's not an emotional female. She's actually very tough. And, that was a beautiful experience. And she still carries that relationship with Legba right now. I think that I'm going to bring one of my mentees on that I've taught how to connect with Legba, that I've taught. And I'll let him explain some of the stories with Legba, so you can understand what I mean. But yeah, she was able to feel that, and that's a beautiful thing, because I've actually brought a few people to the crossroad. I brought a few people personally to the crossroad that I rock with, and they were able to see the manifestations of Legba. Papa Legba. Oh, Papa. So yeah, that is the aspect of God when you feel it. It's so powerful. It's so powerful. And this is the thing that have gone missing. This is the thing that needs to be brought back. This aspect of spirituality. So with that being said, family, make sure y'all subscribing to my channel, and make sure y'all joining the mentorship. If you need insight, make sure you're booking readings. And y'all stay elevating and stay growing. Ashu.